Oh boy, look at this. A sea of Chelsea is on top of a sea of grenades. This can only go one way, and it's gonna be fantastic. Catch this, love. Oh! What? That's so good. G'day, guys. My name's Josh. You can call me Woodle, and welcome back to 7 Days to Die, but not in Alpha 17. Welcome to the brand new Alpha 18 update. And I mean brand new, it only came out about an hour ago, actually. It is 4:30 in the morning, and I stayed up all night to try and get this ready to show you guys as soon as I possibly can. And there is so much cool stuff in Alpha 18. I am peaking with keenness, ready to jump into it and get cracking with all the new stuff. But the first thing I want to mention is this is a random world generated, an RWG generated world. So like none of the terrain is built, it's all just kind of generated out of the algorithm, which traditionally was a horrible mess with terrain just kind of everywhere and gullies and roads that led nowhere and all that kind of stuff. But so far, it's looking pretty goddamn wonderful. There's cliffs, there's water. Again, there was no water in Alpha 17, which was kind of weird, but also the textures on the ground are nice, the new grass, there's new everything, and this is all running at a solid 60 frames per second. There is no more drops, there is no more gaps, there is no more nothing, no more like tearing, all that kind of nonsense that was going on. I haven't done the GFX PP enable 0 code, I haven't done anything like that. It is just running with all of its occlusion running awesomely and getting everything done. So, super exciting, but today's video is more about showing off what the new things in Alpha 18 are going to be. There will be Jawoodle Park 2 down the road, there will be AI testing and all sorts of fun things. That is not today because it's 4:30 in the morning, I can't be bothered generating a brand new world and building all the stuff to start Jawoodle Park 2. So today, we're going to look at the new things that have been added, and the first thing that has been added, I have a list over here so I can keep track of it all, is you'll notice there is an extra line in your backpack. So one of the big problems with Alpha 17 was getting encumbered straight off the bat because you picked up 4 things and suddenly your guy was weighed down like he was carrying a goddamn elephant. So now you have an extra row in your backpack, so you're not going to get encumbered as quickly. And also, all of the icons are updated. They look wonderful, they look cool, they look awesome. Very happy about that. But that's just the start. There is so much more. So one of the biggest updates with Alpha 18 is to do with the weapons. There's a bunch of new weapons that have been added, but they've also changed some of how the weapons actually interact with the zombies. For example, one of the things that frustrated me with Alpha 17 was that if you're using melee, you had to get your crosshairs right on the nipples, or perhaps the head or the neck, depending on where you're actually aiming, to actually do any damage. If you missed over the shoulder, like I do all the time, you wouldn't do anything. But in Alpha 18, they've added glancing blows, which means that if you don't get the crosshair perfectly lined up, you'll still do some, not all, but some damage. So I want to give that a crack and see how it goes. So if I aim a bit off to the right, yeah, see, look at that. Look at that, I'm not even aiming directly at her, and I'm still doing some damage. It follows the path of the club to see what's actually going to happen with it. That's great. The sounds are different too. If we got a good one here. Yeah, there's no more just like the standard generic hit marker sound. That's great. That's fucking great. I love it. Alright, off to a good start. The glancing blows works, and I freaking love it already. The next thing I want to test out is apparently now they've put in that when you press sprint, when you're aiming down the sights on one of your weapons, you'll pop out of the sights and actually start to run. I don't know how many times I've died or have my legs broken because something creeps up behind me, starts punching me in the butt, and I can't run away because I'm accidentally aiming down the sights on my compound bow. Because how can you really tell? Like, if you're distracted by other things, you'll just be looking like this and you wouldn't even know that you actually popped in down the sights. So say you're trying to nail Chelsea right in the head. God, that went straight over the top. The drop on the arrows is different as well. So this is different. Like, so the compound bow is now the better of the bows. I'll get into more of that later, but the arrow drop is apparently much different. So if I was like this, zoomed in, and then I press shift to run, oh, look at that. Look at that, we can pop straight out of it again. No more getting my ankles chewed off by a crawler because I can't get out of my goddamn sights. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm already like 3 seconds into the Alpha 18 and I'm already frothing it. All right, moving on through the patch notes. The next thing that I want to try is they were talking about how you can now scrap things like armor and weapons and things like that down into parts of those weapons. For example, a shotgun scraps into shotgun parts and armor scraps into armor parts. And then you could use those parts to make yourself something new. So you can basically, if you want to like tear down all the shotguns you find and then make yourself a new shotgun from all those parts, you can do that. And that sounds like a good idea to me. So I want to try it with some military armor. So say you find a bunch of armor that you don't want to use, you've already got some pretty decent stuff on, so you find a bunch of low level, like pretty low durability stuff, and you just start scrapping all of it. So you scrap all of these, so you give, what do you give me? 3 pieces of military armor parts per unit, which works for me. And then to make myself some new ones, what do I actually need for us? I need military parts. So I was reading in the patch notes, the amount of parts that you need is dependent on how good quality stuff you can actually craft. So it starts at 3 for a tier 1, as you can see there, but goes all the way up to 15 for a top tier. So is there a way I can upgrade that? It's probably light armor, isn't it? I think light armor is probably what dictates the actual the level of military armor. Life 1 point, agility level 3. Oh, I'm gonna need so many points. Alright, I might have to go and upgrade all of my points first, because this is gonna take some doing, I think. Click on the shopping cart to buy stuff. There we go. Alright, give me some more points. I can spend it all at once. I have fully upgraded my light armor perk, which means I can now go into here and I can craft some level 5 stuff. So what do I actually need for that? So the 15 military parts is what I need. I've got the fiber, I need polymers, duct tape, and a sewing kit. Now sewing kits are a lootable only item now, I believe, if I remember what I read just a little bit ago. It was also duct tape, grab some of you, and some polymers, not ploys, polymers, there we go, grab some of you as well. So yeah, you can find sewing kits and you need it to make any sort of armor or clothing and stuff, which I like. They're adding more diversity into the crafting. It used to be just find different parts and your guy magically knows how to do it and just figures it out. But now there's things, it's kind of like in Ravenhurst where there's like extra steps to the crafting. Now you need the stuff that goes into actually making it, not just the stuff to make it from, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's very late or early, however you want to say it. Very late or early for me. There we go. Got some military vest goodness. Bang that on. How do we look now? Oh, look at that. Tier 5 as well. So you can only craft up to tier 5. You can find tier 6, but you can't craft higher than tier 5, I don't believe. Right, okay, I'm really happy about that, because I mean, in Alpha 16 with shotgun parts, weapons parts and stuff, you should just have chests upon chests upon chests of all the different parts, and now you can actually put them to use. So you can scrap it all, get all the parts you need, have it in one stack, which is very, very nice. Thank you very much for sorting out my inventory problems, and then when you want to, you can make yourself something better should you be able to do it. I like it. These changes so far are rip-roaring, and I'm loving it. Something they've added into Alpha 18, which makes me a very happy boy, considering how many zombies I have to spawn over and over and over again to do all my testing and all sorts of things, is now, if you want to spawn in some zombies, say you want to spawn in a bunch of cheerleaders, but you want 25 of them, before they would just spawn 25 on the same point, but now you can hold Alt, press cheerleader, and it will spawn a lovely little cheering line full of zombies. It's like halftime at a college football game. They're all nice and neat, straight in their rank and file, all synchronized, ready to do whatever dance and formations they want to do out on the green stuff. So that feature alone is going to save me so much time. But I've got them here now. I've got the zombies to test it on. So I want to test some spears. A marvelous idea for the zombie apocalypse. You know, the first thing you're going to do if you wake up and the whole world has gone to shit is probably go find a nice long stick, sharpen the end of it, so you can rock up to whatever muppet is coming for you and poke them straight in their eyeballs. Just trying to gouge out their eyes so they can't see you ever again. So far, seems to be working pretty well. What kind of distance can you get on this thing? Yeah. Ooh, you've got some pretty serious distance in this. What about from that? No, not quite there. Wow, you can hit them from like, actually, how far away is that? Let's get some blocks. Let's get some concrete blocks, because why not? Put it right in the middle of the road. Let's go like from there and there. Is that like 2 meters, I suppose? Can I reach that far? Come on, there you go. It's doing some damage. I'm not quite knocking her over. Yeah, look at that. So you can get a full, like, 2 meters of reach on this thing. Wonder how much further we can go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, we can't make 3. That's way too far. That's way too far. But say you were just that little bit too far out. You couldn't quite make the distance. You can just hold right click, load up your throwing arm, and Right in the fucking jaw. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm never going to get sick of this. I'm never going to get sick of that. Look at that. Right in the nose. I made her a rhino. Look how long her snout is now. Oh, you need to... Oh, actually, maybe you're just a unicorn. Maybe that's not a nose. Maybe that's just a horn coming out of the head. Either way, you probably need to see a plastic surgeon because that looks really uncomfortable. Finally, after living the apocalypse for so long, we've come up with a revolutionary idea. A long, sharp stick to poke zombies in the eye from a distance. And then when you get lazy, she can even hold it for you. That's so good. That's so good. I'm so glad we got spears. So there are 3 types of spears. There is the stone spear, which only takes the small stones and plant fibers and some wood, which is definitely what I'm going to be making when I first drop into this game for realsies. But you've also got the iron spear, which you can make when you level up your perks. You get the recipe out of that, or you can find a schematic for it too. But the steel spear can only be made with a schematic or looted somewhere. So that is the best one. It is the coolest one. In fact, what kind of damage does it do? Melee damage 27. You could throw it for 80. So if you throw it into someone's face like I was before, you're going to do an awful lot of damage. That's gonna be so good. That steel spear is so freaking cool. Alright, so those are the spears. A long-awaited addition. I've been keen for some spears for a long time. You'd think they would have been an addition a long time ago, given they're effectively just a shaven down stick with a long handle on it. But that's alright. They're here now, so let's just enjoy it while we got them. So the next thing on the list is the junk turret, which takes some junk turret ammo, which is actually pretty cheap to make as well. Junk turret ammo. Only takes a bit of iron, and you can make a bunch of that. And it's like a handheld turret as well. So you can cruise around with it like this, and just like blast away like that. It's pretty difficult to control as well. Not really good for trying to get some precise shots going. But you can also just kind of bang it down on the ground. No, like that. There we go. And it will do it for you. Now, if you walk away from that, it'll like power down and stop blowing away the massive conga line of zombies that got going on there. But as soon as you get close enough again, it'll do the job for you. That's great. That's great. A nice, cheap, easy turret too. To do Tourette syndrome to get that going. Look at it. It's just wrecking shop. It's a target-rich environment and it's having a field day. So what else have we got in here? We got a stun button and we got a baseball bat. Oh, yes. Everyone loves a good baseball bat. Now, apparently the stun baton... I said that really weirdly, didn't I? Apparently the stun button charges up as you swing it. So it's not like a supercharging. Oh, there we go. So hit twice. Now I've got some electrical charge in it. Oh, look at that! Alright, so the third strike actually executed. It charges up with each swing. Does it charge up if I don't actually hit anyone with it? It doesn't look like it. So you have to go like 1, 2. Oh no, just the 2? Yeah, just the 2. Okay, but you got to like hit in quick succession. Although that one took 3, I think. Oh, I like it. I like that a lot. So if you're like running backwards and you're fighting a big horde, you can get some electrical stun going on. I think if they were closer, but it's already kind of jumping, electrocuting their friends as well. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, stun bat, he gets a nice big check mark. What does the power attack do? Does it do anything? It just does the same thing and it charges up the same way as well. Oh my god. Sorry, love. Didn't really mean to do that. Nothing to lose your head over. Alright, baseball bat. How is this gonna go? This reminds me of Worms back in the day. You cruise up to another worm with a baseball bat and it plays the home run tune and you go boom and knock them straight out of the park into the water. So power attack in the noggin is like an instant like down. Yeah, they go flying. They go ragdolling. That's great. What if I go power attack in between 2 of them? Nah, it just kind of clips one of them. So still only getting that kind of glancing blow. Oh, it's good though. It's good. I like it. Kind of satisfying cruising around with some sporting goods. We're getting through it pretty quick. The next one on the list is the M60 Machine Gun, which we've seen before in some of the Fun Pimps videos. It looks absolutely ridiculous. I'm excited to try it out. This thing's just going to spit hot lead into the conga line. It's going to wreck shop, and I'm excited to do it. Let's just go over here, line them all up, and oh, just wreck them. Just wreck them. Get out of the way. So much for your nice straight line in the middle of the football field. It's now a straight line of zombies. Oh, that was fantastic. I've made myself another nice zombie rug. Just a smattering of undead corpses all around me. That's fan-flippin-tastic. I love it. I love it a lot. It feels chunky too. The sound design on it, it's got some bass in it, so it feels good to shoot as well. It's like, one of the problems I had with the Magnum in this was that it didn't feel chunky. It didn't feel like you were firing something big and powerful and scary. In fact, how's the Magnum going these days? Let's grab a Magnum. Let's grab some ammo for you as well. How are you doing these days? Let's get myself some more zombies. Go like that. A nice, another little conga line. And right smack bang in the chops. Go flying. Is that upgraded? I feel like the ragdoll's better on that than it used to be. Oh, yeah. Could still use some more bass in the sound for the Magnum, but it feels a bit better. I'm not sure if they updated it, or maybe this is a placebo effect after shooting the M60, but I feel like it's doing some extra damage. Oh, this is a... You know what? This is a good chance to test as well. With this Alpha 18, they've brought in penetration as well. And don't make any jokes about that. You guys are supposed to be on your best behavior if I'm supposed to be on my best behavior. So let's give myself some extra XP like that. And we'll go into here. Where's it going to be? Is it going to be in there? No, it's going to be in here somewhere. So the penetration perk, the penetrator, means that you can, shoot through a bunch of different zombies. What do you need? Perception. You need more perception. That's fine. Agility, intellect, strength, perception. You. Let's buy a bunch of you as well, all the way up to there. The penetrator, let's buy a couple more points of you. So every point of this is another zombie you can shoot through. So that should get me through 3 zombies. So it should kill her, but not her. Let's give it a crack. Let's go here and just go like, wait for it, wait for a good shot. No, it didn't do it. Or maybe the Magnum doesn't do it, actually. Maybe it's just the sniper rifle. Let's try that. No, was it marksman rifle, I think it was? Marksman rifle. Let's get a slightly better one. Level 6, that'll do me. Got the 7.62s already. All right, let's get a nice shot lined up. And boom. Yes! It's what I wanted for so long! Multi-zombie kills! Cruising through a line of them! Just penetrating their skulls with lead! Oh, it's exactly what I wanted. The killing corridor, if it still works. I haven't tried it yet. That's for a video a bit later on down the track once I get my worlds actually set up. If the killing corridor still works, I'm going to fucking wreck shop. This is the most fun. This is the most fun you could possibly have. You just get a line of zombies just like this, cruise down the end with a rifle. In fact, can I buy any more points? I have any more points to spend? I've got a couple. Let's just spend the rest on here. No, I need some more points, please. Can we go like that? Thank you very much. And then we're going to go into more of the penetrator, like that and like that. And we're also going to give ourselves a scope, because why not? In fact, I don't really like those scopes. Let's go, was it a sight, I think? Let's go this one. I prefer that one because I like having peripheral vision. I don't like when scopes zoom you in all the way. In fact, you know what? You know what else? While I'm here, let's get myself some purple dye. Now that we're modifying some guns, let's get this. They brought in purple dye into vanilla 7 days. And that's something to get rowdy about, but I don't know what kind of shade of purple it's going to be. It's a little pink, a little faded for my liking. I like a nice, deep, rich purple, but this will do. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm just happy to have purple represented in the game again. Boom! I've got to reload. All right, let's try that again. Boom! Wow, that's so good! Boom, it just sprays zombies everywhere! I don't think I'll ever get over this. Just being able to, like, send a group of zombies flying at any one time is so good. This is going to be all I do in 7 days now. Just get myself leveled up to the point where I can get the penetrator perk maxed out and just triple, quadruple, and quintuple kill a bunch of Jeffreys whenever they come for me. That is the most fun I've had in 7 days in a while. And I've had some pretty good times, but that one tops it. Alright, there's other stuff I need to do today, so let's put these ones back in the box and get the next one out. Let's put your M60 in there too. They've updated the sledgehammers. You can now get a stone sledging. You can also get a steel... Oh my god! Look at that! That's a dumbbell attached to a rod! Holy crap, that's a big boy! Oh, yes. All right, let's get some zombies and let's get that testing. I want to see what it does to a Chelsea. How you doing, love? You want to hold this for me? What? That wasn't the one I was aiming for. Or was it, did I count that as a miss on her, I wonder? What? Okay, the power strokes on the sledgy seem to hit like 3, like on your left shoulder, all the way to the left. Oh, there we go. Got a couple on that one. I don't know. There's no... How did you get your head exploded and you went flying 50 feet, but you were fine? It's like when a grenade goes off and everyone around you dies, but you just stand there as if God was protecting you that one fine day. That was interesting. Let's try it again. Aim for the middle. And she got hit. I don't understand. I don't understand the power attacks on the sledgehammers. They're a little bit random. But whatever, I don't even mind. You rarely use power attacks and sledgehammers anyway. If you're cruising with just the stony, just rolling through, God, it's slow. Have they slowed down the sledges? Or I'm just out of stamina, actually. Let's turn on God mode to get my stamina back. that having that glancing blow thing is definitely gonna be useful. With all like the twitchiness of the zombies, being able to actually get some damage done with the sledgy, if you miss just a little bit, you're not quite as vulnerable if you shank your shots like I do all the time. And then of course you have the normal iron sledgehammer boy, the old, the trustworthy, the favorite. That felt solid. Next on the weapons list is all of the knuckles attachments. So a cool thing that they've added into Alpha 18 is if you punch a zombie in the gob, so if you cruise up and Chelsea's getting a little bit too excited, and we all know you don't use your teeth. That's a big no-no in any sort of world. So if she's getting out there, she's got her gnashes out, ready to take a chunk, you can just walk up and punch her straight in the grills and knock out her teeth. Not that I condone that at any point in anyone's life, but if she's a zombie, you gotta knock her in the teeth. So you can punch out their teeth so that they're not gonna, removes their chance to infect you if they do some damage. You can do that with just your regular fist, but you can also get the bindings and start punching them in the gob as well. Knock out their teeth however you can, so you can basically make yourself invulnerable to all sorts of infection. Given they have brought infection back after it was out of Alpha 17, you can knock out all their teeth, and you can even get a corkscrew brass knuckles, which, I mean, a corkscrew on brass knuckles seems like an awful idea. You don't want to be pulling chunks out of a zombie. Like, I mean, it's a corkscrew. It goes into something and pulls that thing out. So if you punch something with a corkscrew, you got to pull out a nice little cylinder of zombie or bear or dog or whatever you're actually out here fighting, which doesn't seem like a great idea. You can punch a bunch of Jeffs with your corkscrew fists, do a bunch of damage, and if they do manage to get some chompers on you, they're just going to be granny gumdrops over here. They're not going to take any chunks. Some of you may know that I'm a massive Doom fan. All of the Dooms, but in particular Doom 2, because it had the super shotty, the barrel shotty that you can pull both triggers at once and blow whatever demon may be standing in front of you back into whatever dimension it came from. And because I love that so much, I'm super happy they've added a double barrel shotgun into 7 days. It's a sawn off, which is fine. I mean, it's just a little bad boy, little pocket rocket over here, but you can just cruise up and you don't, unlike with the pump, where you go bang, then you got a racket, then you go bang again. With the double barrel, as the name suggests, you got 2 shots, so you can just, oh my god, that's wicked. You can just double tap if you can control the recoil. Oh, you can absolutely destroy some Jeffries. That's a lot of fun. I want to know as well, while I've got this, I've got a couple of mods in my little inventory here. I can put a sight on it. That's good. It doesn't quite sit on the shotgun properly. The actual designs of it, the webbing, what am I trying to say? The actual thing, the thing that I'm looking at on the screen, my words have escaped me, doesn't quite match up, and the sights are, okay, you can't use a sight. Look at where the sight is at the top. Look where the crosshairs are actually in the middle. So I guess, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they'll fix that later on. So I'm going to take that sight off. I don't think it's actually meant for it right now. Just go, nothing happened. No one saw anything there. But double barrel shotty. Oh, wait, hang on. Just give me 2 seconds. This never happens, I promise. I know you were expecting it to be bigger, but look, it's not how big it is, it's how big the punch is. And I think you'll agree that's a pretty good bloody punch. Put the shotgun back in here, and we're down to the last of the actual weapons that they've added into this. There's some more stuff I want to show you in this chest, but for now, they've updated all of the bows as well. So the original bow that we're used to, the wooden bow of Days of Old, is now the primitive bow. It's got some steel arrows in it at the moment, so it's actually pretty good. In fact, if I change that back to a stone arrow, given that's probably what we're going to be using when we first start, 25 damage. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Can I go primitive bow and get myself just like a shit one? There we go. A level 1. What's a level 1 gonna do for me? What are you gonna do? 17 damage and 31 velocity compared to 25 damage. So you can see the damage goes up quite considerably by a numerous percentage from 17 up to 25. So that's pretty good. But then you've also got the wooden bow now, which is just a little bit better again. It's got some nice metal pieces and it looks a bit different. Oh, wait, what's the arrow drop like on these ones? If I sit back here, I get a little bit crouched and go, oh, wow, that was a stone arrow. And it wrecked her, 22 damage. So, like, even a level 3 wooden bow is almost as good as level 6 primitive bow, which kind of makes sense. But I'm genuinely surprised at how good that was. Can I do that again? I don't know. Let's try 2 from 2. The sight's a little bit more honed in this time. No, missed it straight to the top. So the arrow drop isn't nearly as bad as it used to be. Or maybe it's really bad and it's falling well short. Or am I just whiffing it? I don't know. Let's aim a bit lower. No, it was going over the top. Alright, let's keep going back and see how far we can go before we really start going to take bullet drop into consideration. Because, like, That's fucking phenomenal. That's like a 50-meter shot with no drop. That's so good. If I was impressed with the wooden bow... Oh, actually, this is a new car design as well. I like it. Like, it's no longer just the one car design for all. There's now new ones as well. With what, is that a V8 in there? Like a short block Hemi, I think it is? I don't know. I don't know V8s that well, but it looks like a V8. But that's probably why the world has ended. Because screw fuel economy. I've got this old beater of a sedan. Let's bang a big petrol-hungry, or thirsty rather, V8 in it and see what we can do with it. Just shred some rubber up any roads we find. So I'm all the way over here, and I'm using the compound bow. There was almost no, like, discernible, or no, worrisome bullet drop or arrow drop on the wooden bow. Oh, that's fancy. Look how far you can shoot this thing. It's going to take a while to get used to the arrow drop on this one again, but that's so much further than it would have done in Alpha 17. If I was firing this thing in Alpha 17, to hit her, I'd have to aim, like, up there to try and hit it. But now, you can actually use the sights on the compound bow and be like, oh, you know, look, she's about the height of all my sights. Let's use the bottom sight, like that, and right in the jaw. That's so... Oh, I like it. I've only been playing Alpha 18 for a couple of minutes, and I'm having such a good time. Oh, what a great update this has been. What a fucking good job. Oh, I'm pumped. I'm so pumped to get into this further. Before I forget, there are some new crossbows as well, but we all know how I feel about crossbows. So look, there's the normal one, which is, yeah, cool, whatever. Shoot some normal zombies with it. There's also now the compound crossbow, which apparently should be pretty bloody good. So let's bang you on there. Oh, I didn't even put the polymer string attachment on the bows either. That would do all that just as vanillas. That's pretty bloody impressive. All right, let's go here. Let's get some steel crossbow bolts. Bang. Oh, that's a nice sexy reload animation too. I like. That was really smooth. The sight doesn't quite work, but it's okay. I'm sure we'll figure that down the track. And right into it. All right, what's the drop like on a crossbow then? The reload's still pretty long, but there's no double reload glitch anymore because it pops you out of the sights. I've run out of zombies to shoot. Let's aim a little bit further down there, right about there, ought to do it. And bunch of Chelseas. Look at that. A whole other chorus line just ready and waiting for me. No, straight over the top. All right, I need to just kind of forget about bullet drop at all and just aim for heads. I mean, it seems to be, like, even out to like 100 meters, you're really going to get whatever you kind of aim at. Well, I like it. I mean, it's going to make it much, much easier to hit zombies at any range, especially if they're moving, if you don't have to account for arrows falling about 30 feet when they go forward 10. I've put the bows away. In fact, everything can go away for now. All of you go in there, because in this chest, there's some new exciting things, being a couple of different grenades and some C4 and also Molotovs. We've used Molotovs before. We'll get to them later. There's some C4, some timed explosive, and some grenades, which is pretty exciting. I feel like that has been something that's been missing in 7 days for a while. Some way to, I mean, you had the Molotovs, but some way to have an explosive charge that you could throw away from you. Where, like, you had the pipe bombs as well, but they were pretty rare and pretty expensive to make. But now you've got the grenades, and you have two different types as well. You have the normal grenades, which you pull the pin and then load it up like that and throw it at zombies. Wow, it's big too. Oh! Whoa! Oh my god, compare that to the grenade that we had in Ravenhurst that barely even, like, splintered into someone's knee. You put that into a nice big crowd, just like that, and they go flying! Oh, that's amazing! That makes me so happy. Between this and the Penetrator perk, I might just spend the entire time in 7 days now just in creative, just making zombie rainbows. Okay, I was having fun with that for a second, because there's also explode on impact grenades. So you go like that. Oh, I love it! I love it so much. It's what, 5 in the morning and I'm getting loud and obnoxious. Sorry everyone in my neighborhood. I'm just having too much fun. How can you not enjoy this? Watch this. Hey Chels, catch this for me. Here you go. Oh, I'll never get over that. Right, if I can calm my nips for about 3 seconds so I can do something else other than just throw grenades into different Chelsea's face, I can't resist. I can't resist. One more. Have that. I love it so much. All right, so the next thing I want to do is test out this timed explosive thing. Now, this is like a siege charge, or like a breaching charge. You can blow open doors and safes, that kind of stuff with it. But it's an explosive. I want to use it on zombies and see what it does. So how do I place? I can't set it, okay? It's beeping. Woo! Oh, that was very close. Okay, so it doesn't do as much kind of damage. Can I stick it to things? It's a sticky bomb. I can stick it to zombies. Oh, yes! Oh, man, some of the additions in this game are just out of this world. I mean, I was expecting a lot from this, and it's still gone over the top of my expectations. Oh, I'm just having too much fun. I'm having too much fun for just a showcase of the new stuff. What a fucking fantastic... Oh, I didn't pull the pin on these. Sorry, hang on. There we go. Remember to pull the pin, Josh. They chain react. It's like Halo. So you can just walk over, just like put a bunch of them at their feet. Hey, you just like have a sea of grenades at their feet, just like this. All the grenades. And you know what? We're gonna get a bunch more. We're gonna go Chelsea. Put a oh boy, look at this. A sea of Chelseas on top of a sea of grenades. This can only go one way, and it's gonna be fantastic. Catch this, love. Oh! What? That's so good! They're falling out of the sky still. They're still coming down. It's raining Chelseas, or parts of Chelseas at this point, I suppose. Oh, I'm just so happy. Oh, how could you not love that? How could you say that Alpha 18 isn't going to be a great update when they've got shit like that in there? Oh, and once again, still at 60 FPS goodness, despite explosions, multiple, stacked explosions and several entities flying around the world, 60 FPS without a blink of an eye. Oh, it's great. It's great. What a fantastic update to this. What a fantastic freaking update. Okay, I pulled the pin on that one. Sorry. There we go. Have that. Oh, okay. What else is there to do? I've got distracted. I've got too excited about explosives and sending Chelsea into space. Oh, I've completely forgot. I need to go back and consult my notes. What's the next thing? My heart's pumping through my chest. My nipples are like fucking this right now. They've also added a couple of new animals as well. I spawned in some normal ones on either side so you can kind of see a perspective of them. You've got the mountain lion and the coyote as well. So the mountain lion spawns in the winter biome and has a pounce attack. So if you're cruising by on a bike or something, it will pounce and pull you down and sink those big canine teeth straight into your jugular. So not a great idea to go up against one of those. They have 250 health, which is kind of the same as a dire... Well, not kind of the same. Exactly the same as a direwolf. So you don't want to fight those, you don't want to fight a direwolf either. All sorts of bad news if you get into a tangle with one of those. But you've also got the coyote as well, which spawns in the desert biome, where we are now, which is weaker than the wolf. I'm not sure if they're going to run in packs or not, like the wolves do. I guess we'll find out when we come across them in the wild. Still nothing as bad as the bear, for example, but still nothing here that I really want to get in a fight with. Even though I have, a bunch of explosives and stuff now, still probably not a great idea to get in a tangle. So those are the new animals they've added as well. What else have we got? What else is new that I can show? All I'm thinking about is going and throwing grenades at more Chelseas. That's all I want to do. I want to send so many Chelseas into space that there is now just like the rings of Saturn around Earth that's just zombie parts. So there's two things they've added for vehicles as well. You now take damage on vehicles if you fall off, or something that you would normally take fall damage from. So before, you could ride a bike or anything of any sort of structure from the top of Dishong Tower if you wanted to, and you wouldn't take any damage. But now, you apparently will. So let's give it a crack. I want to see how much damage I take. I'm on 144 now. Falling off this building would probably kill me normally. What's going to happen to me this time? I almost landed on a landmine, which would have been pretty bad for my health and bad for my experiment as well. So I took what? I took 34 damage falling that high. All right, that's the first part of the experiment. Now we need the control. What happens if I just fall off normally? Back to 144 and broken leg and 75. So definitely less damage getting coming down on a motorbike. You're not invulnerable like you used to be, which kind of makes sense. I mean, falling off a building, regardless of what you're on, will probably do some damage. Ooh, some of the new stuff. Interesting. So these are new ore mines, ore veins. So you can go in and you can hack apart these. What are you giving me? What are you going to be? Oil shell. Oh, I like that. It's all rainbow and pretty. I really like that. So you get these little boulders on top, and then they have a vein underneath, so you can find ore so much easier in the apocalypse as opposed to what it was before, where you just have to excavate the entire world and hope you can find something. There is something else they do with vehicles as well before I get too distracted. They've also done There you go, look at that. You press C and you do this little hop. So say you were cruising around, and remember before where you had like the wedge tips that you couldn't quite get onto? So now if you were coming to something like that, you can tap C and just kind of get over the top of it and like lift your wheel up to hopefully get over the top a little bit better. You do a little bit less damage to your bike as well, but you should be able to get up and over bridges a little bit easier if you're doing this nice little pop. Just boop, just pop up your front wheel, do a bit of a mono, and keep on going on your merry way. The last thing that I want to show you guys, this episode is probably a little bit long already, but hey, with all the new stuff, I had to make a little long one. It is now almost 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm still going, I'm still having a great time. But the last thing that I want to show you guys is the Ghillie Suit. They've added a Ghillie Suit. Now this will take some more. There'll be like a proper episode about the Ghillie Suit later on, but I just wanted to show you because you can actually get different colors of Ghillie Suit. Look, like each time I press the button, it loads a new type of Ghillie Suit. It gives you a different color of them. So what's this actually going to look like on me? Am I going to have... Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this, lads. I'm the frickin' purple monster of your nightmares. Oh, if I ever get this, if I ever get a purple fucking Ghillie Suit, I'm never wearing anything else. This is how I'm gonna go about my zombie apocalypse. I'm gonna be the purple fucking abominable Yeti man. Whatever you want to call it. Abominable Ghillie man, I suppose. That's peak Josh. That's peak Zawoodle right there. Oh, that's fantastic. But I'm going to have to do a whole episode on the Ghillie Suit in another episode. I'm so pumped for Alpha 18. I've got so many things planned. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. So I hope you will join me on the adventure because I just can't wait to dip my toes all the way up to like my armpit. So this will kind of get toes. I don't know, toes are in there and just jump straight into this. So I'll have to come back and do the Ghillie Suit in another episode because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons of Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked it, make sure to like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter. If I don't talk to you there first, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.